In this episode of Mississippi Roads, we interview the young founders of the Afterglow Film Festival in Grenada. The Mississippi Boychoir shows us they learn more than just singing. And we have a story on a national junior pool champ in the little town of Camden.
Down Mississippi Road. Mississippi Road.
Hi, welcome to Mississippi Roads. I'm Walt Grayson. And we're hosting the show this week from Grenada. Now, Grenada is the home of the Afterglow Film Festival. It's kind of unusual in that this film festival was started by a couple of sisters while they were still in high school. That wasn't all that long ago, but every October now it's grown so popular that downtown Grenada will be full of filmmakers and movies and musicians and music and food. How do you start a thing like that? Let's ask the sisters.
Wait, there's a note.
I'll bet I can read the handwriting.
It says, "I did it, you jerks." And it's signed 22 minutes ago.
They did it till I swam and they didn't have a signature. What kind of crazy person does that? What kind of crazy person steals ice cream? Right.
Good morning. I want to welcome everyone to this year's Afterglow Film Festival here in Grenada. We have numerous films that will be screening all throughout the day, and we have numerous events that take place outside of here. So if you will, just pick up a schedule.
Our mom always took us to film festivals like the Oxford Film Festival and other festivals around the state and the whole country, really. Somehow it happened to be that I brought up that I've always dreamt of having a film festival, and they were like, well, why aren't you doing it? And now here we are.
We like to call ourselves Mississippi's mini South by Southwest. Kind of ripping off, but you know, whatever. So, because we have film, we have music, art, gaming, and we're adding tech, and we have workshops. We have a lot going on.
When we started the festival, I was 17 and Bill was 14, and now I'm 20 and she's 17. You know, we haven't really had a lot of issue with being young and doing this. I mean, people have been super supportive. I mean, we have got people that just all over the state. I mean, I guess they think it's weird that we're this young. I don't know, it's not weird to us.
My favorite part of the festival is watching all the films that come in, because we have some truly remarkable films that we show here each and every year. And it's just amazing to me that this little festival in Grenada, Mississippi can get people from all over the world to make submissions to this festival, and we just play them here. It's just the craziest thing to me.
So I love when I'm interviewing people and I look across the stage and you can see someone dressed up as the Joker, someone as Catwoman, and you can see the mayor, the superintendent of the school district, and the surgeon at UMMC all blended together watching a film, and I think that that's remarkable. I don't know of anything else really that can do that here in Grenada.
It's an action comedy film. I equate it to as if it's Die Hard, only if John and Holly McClane had a relationship spat in front of Hans Gruber, and inside of all this action that's actually going on, they do have their real life problems. I don't necessarily get accepted to the major festivals because you know, both action and comedy genres don't always get accepted. You know, mostly dramas do, but so I wanted to find something with more personality that would have fun, and it seemed like this festival was perfect for it. I saw the pictures from last year and all the cosplay and stuff, and it was really impressive because you could see how many years the festival's been active. And it said, I think at that point when I submitted, it was going on its third year, and I'm like, wow, if they're already doing this going on into their third year, I want to be a part of that.
The first year is always going to be my favorite that happened because this building was totally not completed. Like it was projected to be done by October when we were having the first festival, but we got to October and it was like concrete floor, concrete wall.
We didn't have a screen, we projected it right onto the concrete wall. Another wild thing that happened last year was, just going about the day, normal Afterglow stuff, and then all of a sudden this guy walks up and he says, "Hey, I want to talk to you. I'm the manager for little BB. It's BB King's oldest son." And I was like, "Dang, why is he here? What?" And so he was like, "We want to perform next year." And I was like, "Okay."
Any event, you got to have audience. You got to have people to come to that event to fill it. And you have to cater to the group, the games, and the types of players that will come. And we're expecting 300 to 400 people just for the gaming part, to come through that building that day. The marketing with this has gone so well. We got so many players from so many states. We're touching Texas, we're touching Florida, everything in between. As I say, it's $10 entry fee, and 100 people come, you have a $1,000 pot to win. So whoever wins, they're walking with $1,000, easy.
A lot of the buildings down here are currently empty because it's sort of been abandoned over the last few years. But there's actually a downtown innovation district starting up now, and they're revitalizing all of these buildings downtown. So it's at an interesting period because we're in these empty buildings, but they're halfway fixed up. It's a different feeling.
Another thing that we're trying to accomplish with the festival is draw awareness back to downtown, because if you talk to people, they're always like, "Oh, I haven't gone downtown in years," and we're like, "Well, hey, come check it out because it's a really great space."
If you would have told me back in the first year that it would become what it's slowly becoming, I would have laughed in your face because I didn't think it would have had the potential being from Grenada. But they have turned it into something incredible here, and everybody around here needs to get involved in it. People in Grenada should come here and see what they have to offer because it's really, truly something amazing.
There isn't really much I can think of at this point to make this event any better, and that's why it's so popular, is because we've not held anything back.
I believe we have a filmmaker in the audience for this award. We have the Best After Laugh Comedy Film, and that is Think Twice. Congratulations. We're very proud to have you come all the way from Chicago. All right, is there anything you'd like to say?
Yes, thank you to everyone who's been a part of this festival, not just the film festival. And thanks for everyone who watched that block. I know it was very intense, and there were some really great films in there. And I appreciate that you guys laughed at mine. And thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all so much for coming to the third year of Afterglow, and I think it's our best festival we've had yet, and next year's going to be even better. So we hope to see you all next year.
Our mom has always pretty much instilled in us that age doesn't matter, gender doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want to do no matter what you are. So we basically thought, let's just do a festival, let's try it out. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It was a learning experience. But we're doing it in our third year now, and we're kind of seeing that, it really doesn't matter what your background is, what kind of person you are. You can do whatever you want to do. Just don't let people stop you.
Yep.
Now this was a great idea, the Mississippi Blues Trail Project. This has let people all across America and right here at home understand the kind of contribution that Mississippi has made to music. In particular, blues. I think that's probably what we're most noted for, although pretty much every kind of music has come out of Mississippi. And there's several different genres of blues. Grenada is one of the places you'll find origins of county-bred blues. Musicians whose talents were nurtured in the Grenada area have included Walter Davis, Big George Brock, and guitar masters Magic Sam and Eddie Willis. And if you're a fan of Motown, you've heard Eddie Willis. He was one of their masterful guitar players in their studio musician band. He's one of the ones that took that Mississippi sound to Motown and helped shape the Motown sound with it. Now, members of the Mississippi Boychoir are getting musical training. But they're getting more than that during their tenure in the choir. They're also learning values. Take a listen.
3 and 2 and 3 and 4 and hands by your side.
The organization has been in existence for about 22 years now, and this is my second year as artistic director, and I've just loved every single minute of it. We're training the children to be gentlemen, not just good singers. We want them to learn how to respond and to behave in certain situations, and we want them to be able to take these skills for the rest of their lives, not just here with us, but it's life skills we're trying to teach them. What they should and should not do, how they should and should not behave, how they should address an adult, how they should treat an adult, how they should treat one another. It's just life skills we're trying to teach them.
Perfect. Have a seat.
It's taught me to be respectful to other people and to use my voice to do many things, like praising God, teaching others, and singing. I love singing.
One of the great things about Mississippi Boychoir is when we work really hard. She pushes us, she makes us focus and makes us work as a team.
I feel like she makes it really fun, and singing is already fun, but she kind of takes it to a different level, I guess. And she knows when it's time to be serious, and then she knows when it's time to have fun. So, and she understands that we're kids, and some of us can't handle sitting down for so long. And it's nice to be able to get up and do some fun stuff every once in a while.
There's a need for mentoring to boys. Boys seem to be left out, especially those boys who are not athletically inclined, some of them. Some of our boys are athletically inclined, but they also have that gift of music, but others do not. And they need an avenue. They need a place where they fit in and they can be themselves. And this boy choir is just the place for these boys. They are just absolutely where they need to be.
I think we can relate to each other, which is nice, because a lot of other boys, I guess, singing isn't something that's big in a boy or male group, and it's nice to be able to find other guys who are interested in the same thing.
It's a place you can go without, the teachers. You may start humming in school and they'll get onto you. It's a place you can go and sing as loud as you want to sometimes and not get in trouble. They encourage that you sing.
We try to use a different variety of types of music and not just stick to one. Foreign languages, we try to bring in foreign language pieces, like the Sia Hamba is Swahili. We're really preparing these boys for college auditions in voice, in choir, or in vocal music.
I like being able to use my voice because I feel like it's something important to me, and to be able to show other people, I guess, that I can sing, and to be able to sing with other people who can sing. It's just enjoyable.
It's been an amazing experience for me to learn how to sing and to impress my friends, even though some of them say, "Chris, stop singing," every single part of my day.
It just helped me, all the friendships I made, the people that I've met on the way, the people that I've touched, because people came up to me saying that I made their day, or I just made their day more better, and just people I met after performances and telling me that we did really well, and I'm like, whoa, I didn't know that I could do this. My singing can impact people. That's the thing.
Here's my hope for them, not only from week to week or from year to year, but for a lifetime. These are skills that people can't take away from them. They will have that from the time they are 4 years old, like the little boy we have, until they die. And it's always such a vital part of your life. You celebrate with music, either good ways or bad ways. Music is always around you. And if it's more meaningful to you when you understand it even better, it's a gift. It's a gift that you can have with you all your life.
So, 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 do, 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 mi, 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 so, 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 fa, mi, re, do, tila, tila, so. So, 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 do, 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 mi, 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 so, 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 fa, mi, re, do, ti, so, la, ti, do, 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 so, 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 do, 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 mi, mi, mi.
One of our brand new parents came up and she grabbed my hands last week and she said, "This is so wonderful." She says, "I'm so sorry we didn't know about it sooner." I said, "So am I." But we're glad you know about it now. Tell the world.
Anytime you're up in the Grenada area, make sure you visit this place. This is Grenada Lake. This is one of the finest bass and crappie lakes in the entire state of Mississippi. Matter of fact, I've talked to some people who fish this lake. They say this is the best crappie lake in the United States of America. You'll have to try it out sometime. Of course, if fishing's not your thing, there's other things to do here. There's a beach right down here for summer swimming. Hugh White State Park's about 15 minutes up the road, and there's all kind of campgrounds located around the lake. Matter of fact, with 13,000 people in Grenada, there's always something to do here. Now, in contrast, in our next story, we go about 100 miles south of here to the northern part of Madison County to a town called Camden. Now, we're 13,000 people here. I don't know if you can scrape up 1,300 people in that entire end of Madison County, but there's something that people do there that attracts people from all over central Mississippi. It's in a convenience store located on Highway 43. In the back, there's a pool hall. And the children of the family who own that store have discovered that shooting pool is a family tradition.
I've been here since I was 11 years old. My mother operated this store before me and Michael took it over. And we took it over the week we got married, which was in May of '94. And been here ever since.
I actually grew up coming here. I growed up like a mile and a half from here, so we come here on bicycles and three-wheelers and whatever. So I started playing here when I was 8 years old. I have a son that's he's 15, he just turned 16, and he plays real well, not very far from me.
I started playing when I was around 3. I've always wanted to play because my dad and mom play. My dad, he's very good. Hopefully I can be as good as him one day. And there's probably here people wish they was as good as me, but they'll get there, hopefully. And we'll help them along the way if they don't.
I'm really not very sure how old I was, but they said I was probably about 6 or 7 when I could see over the pool table. I'd just walk around the pool table and shoot it, but I really probably didn't know what I was doing. I imagined playing for fun and like playing against like other people my age until I was introduced to like the junior APA about a year and a half ago, and then that's probably when I started really thinking about competition. We all just love the sport, I guess, and just get together to play and have fun and socialize and compete.
The little one's running around here now, she's 5, and the other 2 did the same thing. So Sam, he actually started, and he had a milk crate, and so he would climb up on the milk crate and shoot his shot, and then drag the milk crate around and get back up on the milk crate and shoot again.
This will be the new one. Marie, come here. We even bought her a pool stick while we was in Vegas. But she's 5, and she's starting to shoot a little bit.
I won the 2016 National APA Juniors championship in Davenport, Iowa.
The closest we've ever got to being nationals is probably 17th. And it just amazed me and Michael when our child went out there and won it the first time, went to Iowa and won the juniors the first time she played. But anyway, it was like she had nerves of steel, you know. She just never got nervous, and she, you know, kept her mind focused on the game and just breezed through it like it wasn't nothing. But me and him was on pins and needles sitting behind her watching, you know.
As far as her doing that, I mean, it was just a shock, and it's amazing to see, and, you know, but that goes back to the deal about me trying to win the thing for 13 years and couldn't do it, and then there she went and did it the first time.
When I went, I wasn't really nervous or anything, but I do play a lot of tournaments like here. I guess that's what made me so used to everything, because I was playing against grown-ups, and it just like I felt in place there because I was the same age as everybody. I guess you kind of have to be really focused and like just keep your head like in the game and not let all the talk around you get in your head. Like people trying to talk to you while you shoot, you just gotta kind of zone them out and stay focused into the game so that nobody can get in your head and you start thinking about that instead of thinking about playing the game. I guess I really didn't realize that I was gonna win until like the last game, really. It was just a few balls left on the table, and I got down to shoot, and it was like the last ball, and I was like, I just need this one ball to win the game and to win the whole thing. And when I made it, I knew that I won, and I just shook the guy's hand and walked to the table.
You just played and never felt it. Not even after it was over, you know. I tried to get her to take the trophy and go, yay, like that. She just was just mellow, never showed emotion. And it never really hit her till probably we got home 3 or 4 days later. I mean, she knew she won and she got the prizes and all of that, but it just never really sunk in. I said, you know, and that's when we were in the vehicle, and I told her, I said, baby, I said, somebody might steal the trophy, it might get broke, it might burn up, I don't know what might happen to it, but I said they won't, nobody in this world ever be able to take from you that you're the 2016 Junior National Champion. So yes, we had a reason to be jealous.
We were very proud of her, still very proud of her.
It's not the prettiest stop up and down the road. There's not a whole lot of traffic. There's like 700 cars a day on the highway. But it's not a place like in Jackson or a big city that's got to be ceramic and got to be perfect, because you could spend $3 million here and it wouldn't make $1 more.
This is more of a family type environment. So, you know, from little kids to grown adults, and you know, in anything you do, you want your kids to be in a good environment. We're blessed to have hardworking children, you know, that easy to learn. The 2 oldest ones, they can operate either one of these businesses right by themselves if they needed to.
I'll play basketball, football, and baseball. I don't know how I'm a straight A student, but I just am. I care about my schoolwork, get that stuff done before anything. Just whenever I can, get the homework up. Usually I do it here in a little room in the front of the store.
My kids, they don't sit around the house much and sit on the couch and play games or watch TV or anything like that. Sometimes it can get in a crunch. Sometimes it can crunch. Michael will be going to the games while I'm running the stores, or either I go to the games while he's doing whatever he needs to be doing. But they both talk about running the businesses, you know, keeping them going.
Well, that's all the time we have for the show. If you'd like information about anything you've seen, contact us at mpbonline.org/Mississippi Roads. And make sure you like our Mississippi Public Broadcasting Facebook page. Till next time, I'm Walt Grayson, and I'll be seeing you on Mississippi Roads.
Mississippi Roads is made possible in part by the generous support of viewers like you. Thank you.